Welcome back. Today I thought I would do a highlight and sculpt tutorial utilizing our Prism Sculpt highlighting palettes. This tutorial has come about because I've received 1 or 2 questions on how to create a cohesive look using all 6 shades. So I'm going to touch on how to use the shades and how to make one cohesive look in today's tutorial. So let's jump right in and get started. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a dense brush, and I'm using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and we're going to take our palette and we're going to go ahead in with the middle yellowish banana shade, and we're just going to press our brush into it and pack it on to the bristles. Alright, so now you're actually going to take the shade and apply it right under the eyes, like so, right up against the bridge of the nose. And you're going to wing it out just past the corner. You're now going to do the same on the other side. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more. Don't be too concerned about over powdering because you can always brush the excess away. So just get that right underneath your eyes and up to the bridge of your nose and out to the outer corner. So now I'm going in with the same Expert Face Brush, and I'm going to pick up some more of this yellow shade here, and I'm just going to apply that to my chin because I have a small chin and I want it to look more, not larger, but maybe a little bit more prominent, a little bit more enhanced. So I'm just going to take my brush and go ahead and pat it onto my chin area. Alright, next I'm going to switch over to a small flat stiff brush, and I'm using an eyeshadow brush because I find this works well. It's very thin and it's packed with a lot of bristles. So, and this one's by Sephora. So I'm going to go now and I'm going to pick up some of this pale peachy pink shade, and I'm going to dab my brush right into the middle. And I'm just going to now highlight along the bridge of my nose. So I'm just going to take that and draw a line just down the middle, like so. Alright, so now I'm going to switch back over to my fluffy brush, and I'm going to now take some more of this pinkish creamy shade, and I'm just going to now highlight under where my contour is going to go. So if my contour is going to go here, I just want to highlight just underneath. So I take that brush and I just, in circular motions, just buff underneath on each side. Okay, so I'm going to take that same shade again, and I'm now going to highlight my forehead just in the middle here, and I just keep it right to the middle of my brows. I do not go past my arch because I don't want it to look very unnatural. I think it's more natural if you just keep it right between where your arches end. So just take that brush and pat it on. You can still go down the center of your nose as well. Alright, so now it's time for contouring, and I'm going to switch over to a contouring brush. This one is by Prism, and we're hoping to launch these early next year, but I'm going to switch over to this now, and I'm going to take my palette now, and these are the contour shades at the bottom. I'm now going to go in with this middle muddy brown shade, and I'm going to tap my brush into there. Now I'm going to contour now my cheeks, so just in the middle part of my cheeks, just above where I applied that highlighter, I'm going to take my brush, suck in a little bit so you can get that line, which is right there, and I'm just going to pat this now into my socket line. Now you want your contour to stop. You don't want your contour to go all the way down to your lips. You want it to stop. If you're looking straight forward, you want it to stop where your eyeball starts. So about there. So I'm not going to go any much further than there. Okay, so now we're going to pick up some more and do the other side right there in the socket line. Suck in and stay right at the center of your eyeball. So as you can see, I'm already starting to get that sculpted look. So what we're going to do now, because I want to warm up this muddy shade here, I'm going to go in with the first reddish bronze shade, which is the lighter of the two bronzers. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that again on my contour brush, and I'm just going to go just slightly above where I applied the contour powder, because I just want to warm it up just a little bit. So suck in again and just go just above where you applied that shade. I'm going to pick up some more and get it done on the other side, just above that contour shade. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with the richer, warmer bronzer shade, and this one has a little bit more orange and stuff, so it works well as a bronzer. So that's what we're going to use it as, and I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, and I'm just going to apply that onto my brush, dabbing it. Now I'm going to apply this from the temple to temple, staying around the outer perimeter of the face, just where the sun would naturally hit my skin. So from here, and we're going to buff it into the hairline, right down onto the temple. Here I'm just going to pick up a little bit more and do the same with the other side. Okay, so now as you can see, that bronzer has really warmed up my face. I look like I've got a bit of a tan going on now. So I'm going to go back in with my Sephora little eyeshadow flat stiff brush, and I'm now going to take that muddy brown shade in the middle again and tap it on there. I really need to find a better description for this muddy brown shade, because it doesn't really sound too appealing, but yeah. So we're going to go back in with that shade. And we're going to go ahead and sculpt our nose. So we're going to start at the eyebrow and bring it right down around our nose. So just take it from here and bring that line right down and around the tip of the nose. Take up a little bit more and do the other side. Down and around the tip of the nose. Oops, I need a little bit more on this brush. On this side, and do the same thing, down and around the tip of the nose. Okay, so now because my nostrils flare just a little bit on the ends, I like to take that same shade and that same brush and just apply a little bit to either side of my nose, like so. Then I'm going to take this brush again, I'm going to wipe it off really well, because I find that this works well at blending it out. So I'm going to now take the brush, not on the tip, but I'm going to use it on the flat side and just blend that through. Okay, so before we get to that last stage of adding the shimmery highlighter, I like to go ahead and apply my blush. And today I'm using Prestige in Hop Sack, because it's such a pretty shade of pink. And I'm going to take my Real Techniques buffing brush, and I'm just going to apply that just above where I applied the contour powder. Alrighty, so now we're on to the last stage of highlight, which is using this beautiful shimmery beigey highlighter. And it's not beigey, actually, it's quite champagne-y. So we're going to go ahead and take a nice blush brush, and we're going to just roll it around in this nice shimmery shade here. Now this is where you want to add the shimmer. To the tops of your cheeks, to the cupid's bow of your lips. You can even go ahead and highlight under the brows or in the inner corner. This is like your final touch, your icing on the cake that gives you that nice, beautiful, iridescent type glow. So go ahead and take that fluffy brush and apply it right to the top of your blush. The same thing on the other side. And then I like to buff it in circular motions on either side. Now we're going to switch over to a little flat stiff brush. This is actually my concealer brush, but it works well. And I'm going to take that same shimmery shade and I'm going to apply it to the tip of my nose. To the cupid's bow of my lips, just down the side, either side here, and right in the center, just to make my lips pop. And then, of course, optional, you can go ahead and apply it up underneath your brow, but because I have a lot of shimmer going on today, I don't need anything else on there. So yeah, that completes the highlighting part of the contour palette, and this is your finished look. Alrighty, so I hope this quick tutorial has shed some light on how to use our Prism contour sculpt palettes. We also do one in dark for you darker skin gals, and you would follow the same application and techniques that we did with the light palette. So if you have any questions or comments, please pop them down below. I always enjoy reading what you all have to say. And if you like this video, please give 2 thumbs up. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook and the Chrysalis Girls blog. I will link everything down below so you can keep up with the things that we're doing here. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!